Wow, guys, John Fetterman just dropped a bombshell. He exposes everything as he leaves the Democratic Party. You guys gotta check this video out.
Think Harris could have gotten a deal with Hamas?
Well, I mean, you brought up a good point. I think I was the only Democrat early on to give President Trump credit for the peace deal. Why wouldn't you?
Do you
I mean,
think
that's
Harris could have gotten it?
well, again, I don't know. She's not the president, but where I'm at right now, it's like ask any of the hostages or their families. They think President Trump was a hero and he deserves, the kind of deal for that thing. I think that was really a remarkable development.
Do you think Harris could have got him out?
No.
I think it's a silly question.
Ignore that guy. But look, one thing that I respect John Fetterman for is he has no problem with calling out the BS. He has no problem with calling out the side that he's on. And that type of guy, I could see him moving to be independent. I could see back then I was kind of wrong for mocking PA for calling him or electing him. I thought he was a vegetable back then, but this guy knows right from wrong. This guy knows where our country needs to be. This guy knows where our country needs to be headed. He knows Trump is the guy that's going to make this stuff happen. I mean, the comments are open. You guys could tell me if I'm wrong. You also could like the video. Let's keep going.
It's a what?
I think it's a silly question.
Wait. You agree that it's a silly question?
That's why they're clapping. They're clapping because they.
Security,
No,
right here.
I think the most important point is just realizing who did it, not hypothetically or anything. I'm saying it's like here's what happened, and there are actual members of my party that have refused to even acknowledge that this was significant. And that's for me where it's like, hey, our politics might be different, but this was a significant development.
Okay.
And now also it's what Israel was able to accomplish. They had to neutralize Hamas, Hezbollah, Houthis, and Iran. And also another thing, the Iranian nuclear facilities. I mean, like I was the only Democrat that supported you have to destroy those facilities. Can you imagine if they didn't, Iran could be acquiring a nuclear bomb, who knows, within the next year.
How do you think these people feel now that they're free? Do you think they're like, oh man, only if we would have elected Kamala, we would have been free back then? It's one of those things where like we're free now. Let's see how we can continue living our life. Party of reason, the Republicans, and John Fetterman is starting to realize that, man. And the people he's up there on stage with, Stephen A. Smith, he's a double-edged sword. Sometimes he says something nice. Sometimes he could say something so harmful that you don't know what party he's on.
Let me say this. Out of respect to Kamala Harris, let me tell you why
See?
she deserves an explanation as to why I don't think she could have gotten it done. Because leading into the election, what was the problem? It was extreme capitulation to the progressive left, who were finding reasons to side with, I don't want to say siding with Hamas. I certainly don't want to accuse them of that. But it just seemed like whatever they wanted, the left that wasn't far left was leaning more left. And so because of that, why should we believe that all of a sudden she'd get into office and she'd forget what she thought got her there? That's the only reason I'm saying that. Having said that, I'd like to get back to the person that asked the question, and I'd like to remind them that's part of the problem, respectfully, when you're calling them pinheads and going through all of this other stuff. See, that kind of name calling feeds into things.
Yeah, but he did it in a funny way.
Let me explain what yeah, it's a funny way.
Wasn't malice.
I didn't say he was malice. I didn't say there was malice. What I'm saying is that you have to take into consideration how the other side is going to react to it. When I think about the Democrats right now, you ask the question as to what change is going to take place. Will they change? Could they ever change? Well, a lot of that depends on the midterm election. If they lose the midterm election, they'll change. They got no choice if they want to have a shot in 2028. If they don't, they get blitzed like they did in 2024. Then guess what? It's going to incentivize them to change. So it all depends on the midterm election.
Did you?
So guys, this is gonna be a quick video because I feel like Trump is doing what the Democrats claimed they were going to do during the 80s and 90s. I've done a lot of research because a lot of people have been coming on here telling me I don't know what I'm talking about. I've done a lot of research, and Trump is exactly doing that. These people stopped doing everything that they planned that during the 80s and the 90s because they realized that they can get rich off us. They realized that they can keep lying to us and they can keep fear-mongering us and just canceling out their opponent. And they can keep winning and they can keep taking money out of your pockets. and they can just bring illegals over here, make them vote for them, and keep giving them money to live here. They realize that, and that's when they start taking advantage of you guys. I'm so happy. I'm so happy that I woke up from that deep, deep, deep sleep that I was in. Let me know what you guys think about this quick video. Be sure to comment down below and be sure to like, comment, subscribe if you're new. And as always, let me know if you act to. We're out.